And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today we're talking about ash. Okay, so we got a pile of ash here. I hope that you can hear and see me. So this ash is from my wood stove. And I know other channels have done something similar, talking about ash. I know Jack over at Luck Up in Firewood has, but I think this is something different, or talking about materials in the ash. So I admit, and I'm sad to say, that as a firewood salesman, provider, dealer, however you want to say it, woodhound, there's been the last few weeks, I have burned like pallet wood or scrap wood from the local cabinet shop, etc. Like, not like split firewood. It's been like kiln dried wood. I've been careful not to burn in terms of like pallet wood that has been treated. So it is what it is. There's wood that I want to save for when it gets cold, save to sell, and so I'm kind of scrounging in terms of like what wood I actually want to burn in my wood stove to keep myself and my family warm. So here on this bed right here, we have ash from my wood stove that I just got out a few days ago, or like last week or so. It's cool, it's fine. We're on the edge of my property where I put some debris. It should be fine. But the issue with this wood is it has metal in it. So I know there's a lot of myths out there and misinformation or speculation or whatever out there, whatever word you wanna use about burning wood that has metal in it. And I have, like most wood stoves, I have a glass see-through on my door that did not crack, did not explode. The metal in the wood stove did not cause issue, did not burst, whatever. Like, it's not a thing. And if you have an example of that being a thing, let me know in the comments. But from my understanding, if there's a nail or metal in wood, it won't go boom when you go to burn it. I don't think that makes any sense. Anyway, so today what we're doing is I want to try to sift it, because I don't want to put metal in this area in case later on the kids are playing, dogs, animals, whatever. I don't want to put contaminants in the soil. So I'm going to try to use this shovel here, and we're just going to sift it through. Now I'm using the metal. I don't know if you've seen it or not. The metal is like 1/4 inch. So I'm hoping that the nails won't go through, but we'll check. So I'm gonna do this right here. Now, I made this screen a few years ago out of scrap pallet wood. I got some casters on the very bottom. I made a little tabletop roller for sifting soil to get rid of all the dirt. I mean, not dirt, rocks and sticks and debris. So it wasn't hard to do. I'm sure there's some episodes or whatever on YouTube how to make one. So I had this available. I'm sure you can maybe buy them too. But as you can see, I'm already seeing a bunch of metal in here, this is my goal right now. So there's a whole bunch in here. Wow, look at that, that's crazy. So definitely some nails, screws, pieces of having to put more together right here. All right, so that's great. So I think that this is helpful. That took like a few seconds to do. Not that big of a deal. Now, if you don't burn scrap wood and or wood that has metal in it, this is not a factor for you at all. So just go for the ride or go to an episode. I don't know what to tell you. But I think for some of us, we do burn scrap wood, and it may have nails in it. And we want to make sure that we're not dumping that into the compost or whatever, that it goes in the proper location. Now, this is a bigger magnet. I picked this up at Harbor Freight for a few bucks, or 20, 25, I don't know. And I have this from my days. I used to magnet fish a few years ago, which was a fun hobby. I think that's cool, until my magnet, which is like, I don't know, like $75, it got stuck in logs. And I tried to go down and dive down and get it, but it was too murky, and there was like seals in the water, and it was just shady. So I give it up the hobby, but I still have this magnet from when I used to. So I'm gonna try to do what I can here and kind of pick up all the metal, and that's a whole bunch right there. That's a whole bunch. So let's get a bucket and let's see how much, and we'll see how much we can get. All right, got the handy bucket here. Just take this. That's quite heavy, so it's gonna handle it. Be real careful. I should wear gloves, and I should have worn a mask when I did the shaking of the ash, but don't do what I do. Okay, to do what they say and not what they do, type thing. So taking these off. This magnet is not very, in terms of like poundage, not very strong. So I'm able to take this off with my hand. The magnet that I had when I was magnet fishing, that was super strong. That got like everything. It was crazy. I have a few episodes on that adventure. If you wanted to chime in on or to watch on my channel earlier videos, it may not be on the. Anyway, you'll find them. But yeah, just keep continuing, taking up all the nails. There's a whole bunch in here. Yeah, I'll probably take this metal scrap, but I definitely do not want it in this area, just in case. I don't want to. I've stepped on nails before when I was younger, and it's not fun. Tetanus shots are not fun, whatever else. So just to be careful, on the safe side. We always want to be safe in what we're doing, for sure. So then as I'm doing this, I want to ask, what do you all do with your ash? Do you put it in the garbage, compost next to the trees? Do you use it in your gardening? Do you use it on your driveway when it's icy? How do you dispose of and or use your ash? I'm curious. I'm curious to know. Not everyone would have metal in it, of course, or minimal metal to worry about. So that's, I believe, all of the metal on. Great, that's awesome. So not too bad, not too bad at all. Let's take this off. Now it's empty in the bucket. You can see some in there. Rock and roll. So now I have these coals here, and in theory, these coals, right, can be re-burnt. Then you put it back in the wood stove. Do people who sift their ash, do you actually do that? Do you re-burn it, you put it back in the wood stove to burn, or is it gone with the ash in the wayside and it's done? It's now over with. I'm curious because not a lot of people talk about ash and firewood. It's a byproduct. Now, how can we use it? How can we dispose of it? And in doing so, how can we dispose of it properly, especially if there's metal in it, type thing. So I think this is one way and that does not take too long. So let's take this off for now, and I'll put this. I want to put it in my outside burn pit. Why not? And I want to see how much metal went through the screen. See if it did. And I see some nails in here. So that screen, I think I need to make it a little smaller. And I think that would help the whole process. So yeah, look at that. Yeah, a lot fell through on that 1/4 inch. I think if it's an 1/8 inch or another round of 1/4 inch screen, that would be offset. So the screen's a little smaller. I think that would still allow the ash to pass through. The coals or charcoal would still be left over, which may be more than what you saw before. But still not too bad. Not too bad. Let's do one pass. I'm just doing the surface. And I can hear dink, 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 dink. Dink, 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 dink. Don't catch my metal boots. Bump, 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 bump. Another round. Not too bad right there. Back in the bucket. I'll do one more round and we'll call it good of the amount of metal. So obviously I need to make sure that I have more wood. So I'm not worried about having to make sure that I am heating my house with regular firewood, not scrap wood, to keep the scrap wood for building perhaps. What I did was I had wood that I have saved and kept over the last few years, and wood that I have not burned. sorry, not used. I cut it up and I put it in my wood stove. Not too bad. It is what it is. A free wood, and free wood is good wood, especially and wood that's wood is wood, but not necessarily firewood to burn. Anyway, I'm rambling. So now this is going to be compost. This is where it goes. I don't use it for anything else, ice, whatever. But still, so again, I want to ask you all: how do you dispose of your ash from your stove or your burn pit, or even your firebox? What are those called? Boilers. Okay, how do you dispose of it, and what do you do with it? And if there's metal in it, how do you separate the metal, or you don't care and you just toss it and it's gone? I'm curious. Anyway, short video. I thought that was interesting because we don't, again, like I said, we don't talk about the byproduct of burning, which is ash. What do you do with it? How do you use it or not use it? And when you have metal in it, what do you do? Anyway, short video today. It's cold. I woke up and it was 25 degrees. It's probably now, I don't know, 32 in the sun, maybe 35, maybe 40. I don't know. Check. I've been in the office the whole morning, so I wanted to get outside real quick and be cold. Now I can't feel my fingers. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, life's short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll. Stay safe. Keep cutting. Cheers.